When I think back to the very first time I got asked to do a wish, it was around 2003. I just started America's Next Top Model. Things were very exciting. It's amazing to think it's been 20 years. I remember someone from Make-A-Wish office called and said, there's a young girl who had wished to be a model for a day. It was the sort of biggest honor I think I'd ever actually had. I said immediately, absolutely, what can we do? And how can we make this wish as magical as possible? Nikki Mueller was actually the very first young lady who I photographed. She inspired me to understand what true beauty was, that it was courage, that it was bravery, that it was the story that you have to tell. And it started with Nikki. And it was like a revelation for all of us.
She inspired all of us.
One arm of hers had had some surgery and the other arm didn't have any surgery. And I sort of took some photographs of it and I sort of said, okay, would you turn around and show me the other side of your body? And she looked at me and was like, actually, I don't want to show that side really. I'm more interested in this side because this side is who I am, it's why I'm here and it's my story. And that's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. I think that actually working with Make-A-Wish has made me a better photographer.
My Make-A-Wish with Nigel Barker completely changed my life. After a really long medical journey, it was a dream come true to just get to feel beautiful. Because of my wish, I've gone back to New York City. Because of my wish, my family now has something to look back on from the time that I was sick and find so much joy and happiness and love in it.
Photography can be very powerful. And when you photograph someone, you sort of delve deep into someone's soul and you capture them. People become successful and people become a muse because of their story. And if there's one thing that Make-A-Wish, wish kids who come to my set bring in abundance, it's story. We had our first child in 2005, so kids actually grew up with Make-A-Wish. So it wasn't a thing where they had to learn about it. It was a part of their DNA. And so I knew that with my own children, it's not just words, it's action. And to see Chrissy working, to see me working, and realizing that the power is not in the receiving, but the power is also in the giving. Make-A-Wish has straight on her hand, called me and said, I see Jack as an artist and would Jack like to collaborate on a mural? It was the most extraordinary gift of his life. It was magical. He got to create one of his art pieces on a 20-foot wall in Brooklyn. And I tell you what, there was a 16-year-old boy who really believed.
When Jasmine was watching us grant wishes and she's like, Mama, I really want to help. So she got a little jar and took it to her school and put it in her classroom and started collecting pennies. And this went on for most of the school year, and that jar got bigger, then it became 2 jars, 3 jars.
They're so infectious about Make-A-Wish and they're so passionate and inspiring in the way they talk about wishes and how it affects them and how much they get back from granting wishes is so important, and it's a whole family affair. And
what you see in your children is what you see in yourself. And if you can instill in your children the want and the desire to give back, things that they do and say make a difference, I think that's the most powerful thing you can do for your children.